Hey everybody, Dylan here. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name's Dylan. I make videos, and today we're talking about the creative process behind my latest video, my first ever video portrait featuring my beautiful wife, Stephanie. If you haven't seen that video, I would recommend you go ahead and watch it. I'll link it up here, up there somewhere. Go ahead and watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. Today we're gonna talk about my entire creative process for this video. How I came up with the idea, the pre-production leading up to the shoot, and the shoot itself. I'm gonna touch briefly on the post-production process, but I'm not going to go into too much detail as I feel like that's a video that deserves a video all to itself. We have a lot to cover today, so let's get into it. So let me start off by saying this is not my one-size-fits-all creative process. I haven't used this particular creative process before because I've never made a video like this before. This is my first ever video portrait. I did enjoy the process of making this video, so I'll probably reuse it on other videos going forward. Boop decided to join us for this video. So any video idea I have, whether it's a short film or a lighting test or a video portrait like the one we're talking about today, comes from a place of inspiration. And the three main places I gain inspiration from currently are music, film and TV, and YouTube. Now on this particular video, Stephanie's video portrait, it was mostly a combination of number 1 and number 3. For music, I use Spotify. I have a ton of playlists, I'm always listening to music, and I always try to keep an ear open to inspiration that will come when I listen to a new track or a track that evokes a certain emotion in me. For film and TV, I use all the popular streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, and then there's YouTube. I'm constantly watching content on there. I always want to do a video portrait, so naturally I've been watching a lot of that type of content on YouTube. I'll leave links to some of my biggest inspirations in the description below. The other major source of inspiration on this video was the music. I've been really into this artist named Cautious Clay and the song Spinner on his latest album. I thought it was so beautiful. I had to use it in a video, and what better video to use it on than my first video portrait. Those are the two main inspirations that I had for this video. So that takes care of the idea, the inspiration, and that brings us to part 2. So after I've settled on an idea, the real pre-production begins. Lately, I've been using an app called Milanote to gather and organize my thoughts. It's really great. It's really easy to use. I would highly recommend it. It's great for pulling in, inspo images, references, jotting down thoughts on visual language, graphics, sound design ideas. It's really helpful for just getting in the creative zone and getting all of your thoughts and feels down in one place. I try not to filter myself too much at this stage, especially when the idea isn't fully fleshed out yet. I like to see where random thoughts and unexpected ideas will take me. And so I'm basically just writing down anything and everything and organizing it as I go. Sometime around or during this process, I start making a shot list. And usually I'll pull frames and write notes about the shots I want to capture for the project. A lot of times these frames will come directly from the references I've been gathering. If I can't find them in those references, I'll do a quick Google search to try to find an image that kind of is a good example of the shot. And I'll usually throw all those into a board and keep those up so I can look at those all in one place. If I have a location in mind, but I don't have time to go scout it, which was the case for this video, we knew we wanted to shoot in Wolf Lake Park in Davie, Florida, but we didn't have time to go there the day before the shoot, so I just went on Instagram and searched the hashtag or location and started to grab what I thought were cool or interesting images. I'll pull them into Milanote for more inspiration. That helps me to, first of all, get a sense of what to expect when we arrive at the location, where we want to shoot at, but also it might spark some more ideas for interesting shots, knowing what we're going to deal with when we arrive. Lastly, wardrobe. I kind of left this up to my wife. I'm pretty terrible when it comes to production design and picking colors and outfits that complement the environment or sets or anything like that. The only direction I gave her on this one was that the color she picked should contrast nicely with the environment that we were in. In this case, it was a lot of earthy tones, green, brown. So she went with a yellow dress and a white hat, which ended up working out perfectly. I probably would have had her pick something else. The point is, I think you should definitely take some time to think about, if you're shooting a subject, what they're wearing and how it plays against the environment that you're in, because that will become very important later down the road when you get to editing. And that's about all the research and planning I do. The only thing left to do after that is go shoot. So when it comes to shoot day, I like to pack all my gear the day before and do most of my prep the night before, so I don't have to worry about it on the day of. I'll do a quick check on when sunrise and sunset are that following day, the day we're planning to shoot, because I always like to shoot, either during sunrise or shortly after, or right before sunset and up to sunset. You get some really nice, interesting light then. In terms of gear on this one, I use my usual camera, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. For a lens, I use the Sigma Art 18 to 35 millimeter f1.8. I'm really enjoying that lens. I've been using it for a few months now. And I was using my usual combination of filters, which include a 1/8 Tiffin Black Pro Mist filter, a IR UV cut filter made by a company called Ice, and also a variable ND made by K&F Concept. Those are the 3 filters I've been using as of late, and they've been giving me really great results. And last but not least, the most pivotal piece of gear on this project specifically was my gimbal, the Zhiyun Crane 2S, which is a fantastic piece of gear. It took a little getting used to. I've used a GlideCam H2000, but this was my first gimbal, and I'm very happy with the results so far, and I can't wait to make more videos with it. I would highly recommend it. It's a fantastic creative tool. As far as the shoot is concerned, it mainly consisted of me and my wife running around Wolf Lake Park, getting the shots that I had made up and conceptualized during the research and planning phase. I was able to pull up my shot list on my Milanote mobile app, which is really nice because it allowed me to stay centered and focused, and I didn't have to worry about if I was missing anything. We shot for about 3 hours. We got there at 4:30. It was raining, so we had to wait for the rain to stop. But then, when it finally did, we shot from about 5 till when the sun set around 8 p.m. When it did finally stop raining, the weather was great, and we were blessed with one of the nicest sunsets that I've ever seen here in South Florida. I've been in South Florida for 7 years now. Granted, I don't get out enough, but it was one of the nicest sunsets that I've seen yet. So we got really lucky there. So that's it. That's it for the pre-production, planning, and research, and the shoot. As far as the post-production is concerned, like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to go into too much detail, as that's kind of enough information to fill up a whole video on its own, but I did edit this in DaVinci Resolve 17. I'm not exclusively a DaVinci Resolve user. I also edit in Adobe Premiere. The video you're watching right now was edited in Adobe Premiere. I tend to use whatever program I feel is right for the project I'm working on. I am a little bit more comfortable in Adobe Premiere. I've been using it longer, but I continue to get better and better in Resolve, and I'm enjoying it more and more as an editor as well as a coloring program. I did make a video on whether or not you should use DaVinci Resolve or Premiere. I'll link it up here if you're interested in seeing it. It is more of a short film. It's not really a hosted video or anything like that. I want you to go in knowing what to expect. It's a little different than this one. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out. If you want to see more videos like this, more behind the scenes breakdowns, post-production breakdowns, more video portraits, short films, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can always stay up to date with what I got coming out next. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Ooh, come on. Way down, please. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it interesting, if you got something out of it. Oh, now all the cats are here. Jerry. Please. Can I help you, buddy?